How we doing, Moon Crew? What's going on? I am
Everyone,
Moon Boy. This is Ghost. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Been a
Good.
busy Sunday, man.
I mean, it's been a busy day that ends with Y with me. Every single one of them, dude. Every single one of them. So what's going on in the chat? Let me see what's going on. Let me pull up the chat. Who's here today? Who do we got? We got Sam. We got Lazy. We got Tim Shea. We got Fairground. Let's see. Obey Joe. Who else we got? Who else we got? Who else we got? Well, that's all right. They'll be coming through. They'll be coming through. So how's everybody doing? Anybody got any good news? Throw it in the chat. Just kind of want to see what you guys are doing, you know? Because, you know.
Any questions?
Yeah, it's all about the Moon Crew. I mean, we got a lot coming today. I'll give you kind of a summary of what we're going to be talking about today. First off, we're going to let you guys kind of know some of the metaverse progress we've got going. We also have a contest that we're going to be starting this week, but in a bigger picture looking type scene, we're going to have a birthday contest next June 1st, the day we launched Uniswap. But there's a reason why you should know now. There is a very good reason why you should know now about the contest on our birthday. We're going to go through some of that. Let's see. Token burns. We're getting close to that 100,000 mark. And remember, every 100,000 we get all the way to 1 million, we're burning 1 million tokens. So we're getting there. We're going to talk about that. One thing I want to do is I want to delve into the business wallets for Moonboy Inc. so you guys can understand the long-term aspects and the long-term prospects of what you're holding for. I mean, it's a very big deal what we have going on. So I want to make sure you guys are in tune with all the details that make sense to you and matter to you about why you're holding. So we'll get into some of that. We've got a couple of exchanges we're working on. We've already applied to one. We're waiting on a response. We got a couple more that we're trying to make sure we meet the requirements for. Let's see. And I mean, last but not least, we have special guests today. They're PAW Chain. I don't know if you've ever heard of PAW Chain, PAW. I'll let them kind of get into the details of everything. But what they do is they help other projects expand to other blockchains, be able to be purchased and used on other chains such as Solana and Tron and Arbitrum and name it. They're probably going to have it. They already have a mass bunch of them pretty much ready to go in progress now. And Moonboy is going to be a part of that. We're just working out the details and making sure everything is on point before we step foot in, because you know how we do. Moonboy just doesn't jump in and try to fix the problems later. We try to make sure it's good to go beforehand. If there are problems and glitches, we handle them like adults. You know what I'm saying? But we try to make sure we get as close to perfection as we can before we get there. So we're going to let them explain a lot of what's going on. They're coming in the second hour. But yeah. Let's hop over back to the chat, see if anybody's got anything to say. Tim says he picked up some PAW on base. I mean, I can't say it's a bad move. I can't say it's a bad move at all. We don't give financial advice here, but I will tell you one thing. The statement, Tim Shea wins everything, it comes from somewhere, and I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see. What else we got?
Comes from his soul.
Comes from his soul. That's right. Okay, we'll go with that. When will Moonboy be on CoinMarketCap? Obey Joe said. Let's see. Well, here's the deal. CoinMarketCap requires a specific amount of volume for a specific amount of time. We're working on that. We're in progress. They also require, I don't have these things in front of me, but there are a couple other things that they require that we are in progress on all of them. We want to be on CoinMarketCap, first off, because a lot of tokens, you can't see their price. You don't even see their logo unless they're on CoinMarketCap, because CoinMarketCap is where a lot of these external DeFi wallets get their information. Not all, but some. So we definitely want to be on there so we can show our logo, because branding means a lot. I mean, branding means everything to any company in this world. So we got to make sure we get that out there. And we want you to be able to look at your wallet and see what the value of your Moonboy is, instead of going to sell it just to see what it is and then clearing out the sale. That aggravates me. I've done that before with tokens and accidentally sold and said, oh snap, now I got to go buy it again. I mean, you know, it's always a bad move. So I want you to be able to look at it. So as soon as we can, Joe, as soon as we can, man. I hope that answers everything you need. We got any more questions up in here?
You forgot one main thing. We also submitted a couple applications to a couple other platforms that were in the works with.
Oh yeah, like I said, we have that one that we've done everything required to be on their exchange, and we're now just waiting on them to respond, do what they have to do. And everyone that's in crypto for more than a week understands that most of the time things in crypto are slow. Even though they say, oh, getting crypto, you can exchange money fast and you can do all this. Yeah, but the people behind it actually have to do the work. They have to go through and handle human business, which takes a little while. So we're waiting on those. Yeah,
it takes time, and you know, we're not gonna promote it. We're not gonna talk about it until we know that we're close and we've got it in the bag. Unlike a lot of other projects, we keep a lot of things quiet and behind closed doors, and when the time's right, we release the information. All I can say is invest if you trust the project and trust the people behind it, and wait and be patient, and I promise you dollar signs will fly.
I mean, you know, do your own research. And kind of part of this show is to help you not have to search so hard for that research. I mean, we're going to give you all the information you need here about the entire company, not just the crypto part, not just the metaverse part, not just any little part. That's what we're here for. We're here to explain, answer questions, bring in other communities and blend these communities together, because when you blend communities, you got a lot more people. That's the whole purpose.
Be full disclosure.
Absolutely. 100% transparency,
yep.
Which is why there's a couple things I want to go over tonight just to squash any kind of BS that might be floating around, because you need to know the details. You need to know the truth. You need to know where you can go to find the truth, not just hear me say it, not just hear ghosts say it, not just to hear somebody that holds a few million tokens say it. We want you to click it, type it, read it, understand it, and then if you have questions, we got you. That's what this is for. So I wanted to say real quick, hey to Cheese, what's up, man? I didn't see you up there earlier.
Ronald McDonald's here too.
I know, I see. What's up, Ryan?
I mean, Ryan. Sorry, man. Got it wrong. How's the hamburger doing?
That's right. What's up, Shaman? Let's see who else we got in here. Okay, that's cool right now. Well, first thing I want to do. All right, everybody pay attention real quick. This is one of those things that most people put on a recording. We're not going to put it on a recording. We're live. We're transparent. All right? We have a disclaimer that we want to put out there for everybody. We want you to understand a couple things, and we're going to leave it at that. Okay? So just listen for about 45 seconds. Take it to heart. Pay attention slowly. Rewind if you have to. But just make sure this sinks in, because it's very important to the base of this project. So, Ghost, if you wouldn't mind, Take it away, homie.
Problem. Last couple days, we've taken some serious thought on how we were going to, present this, and this is what we came up with. I'm going to read it off of my notes. Look, we are a business, not just a token. Our project depends partly on the token, but that's only about 20%. We understand and welcome criticism, although respect must accompany the criticism. That is what anyone will receive from Moonboy Inc. and direct associates. This was an unspoken but now spoken rule by Moonboy Inc. If this is broken by any party, please be prepared for your solitude to increase because our contact will cease. A lot of people in this space would expect something different, but Moonboy Inc. crew and family value professionalism over third grade bullying. Thank you for paying attention, and please clip this if you think any other parties need to know.
Couldn't have said it better if we wrote it ourselves and typed it out before the show. So, what do you want to get into first, Ghost? You want to give me one. I'm we're live. We go off the top of our head. We've got a thing of notes about this big, and they're just bullet points. So, give me one. Metaverse progress.
Start big. Let's go with the metaverse.
I'm gonna have to share my screen.
Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Keep your clothes on. I don't want to see anything else. I just want to see the metaverse.
Cool. That's fine. You go ahead. Yeah, you're good. You go ahead, speak a little bit. I'm gonna get the screen share going, and what do you like about the metaverse while I get this going?
Dude, the first time I jumped into it with Babs, I was floored, bro. The work that she has put in building and programming and dealing with the context that we are dealing with behind closed doors. Putting together this project, the graphics, dude, it's off the chain, man. I mean, I don't do video games that much. I've never have, but I spent more time with Babs than I have on any video game in a long time. And I was happy. I was impressed, and I can't wait till we launch it.
Yeah. And I mean, you say video game, and I understand what you mean, but I just want to make sure everybody understands it's not really a game, but it kind of is. It's kind of blending real life with the gaming world, but using it for multiple aspects. We're going to go ahead and share a couple things. Now, look, these are a couple of the screenshots of the metaverse that we're working with right now. We're in talks. We're trying to get the correct deal. We're trying to make sure all the pieces are in place before we hire these teachers, before we get the educators in, before we start booking musicians, artists,
and life coaches.
That's in there too. Life coaches, counselors, people that help you just by talking. And you guys know what I mean. I don't really have to go into depth anymore on that part, but we're working on this, and we're, like I said, we're behind the scenes talking to the owners of this metaverse, trying to make sure that we have everything dialed in for you guys when we launch. That way it's seamless. All you do is follow the directions, go forth, go to your concerts, go to your classes, go get counseling, whatever you need to do. We want it to be seamless. So I'm going to run through a couple of them. You guys seeing this? You see it, Ghost?
I do.
All right. Well, this is a small auditorium. All right. This is a screen where, let's say, an educator is teaching a class in here, or someone is having a small acoustic show out of their rehearsal spot, and people are showing up to see it, a paid concert. This is what it looks like from another angle. You can come in and sit down. You can come in and just stand there. It's the metaverse. You can stand in the metaverse, by the way. while you sit down in the metaverse, or while you sit down in real life, excuse me. So it doesn't really matter, but this can be used for multiple different aspects. This is one of the areas where I know a lot of people that have spoke to me about wanting to do a lecture type class where there's no visual material. Okay, so what better way to do a lecture than to be comfortable, have everybody sit around this. These fish move, they swim, it's comfortable. You can see the wind blowing outside. They talk to you, you can talk back, and you can have a conversation. A lot of these things, like I said, are free. Some of them are paid. It depends on what we're going for and what the educators are going for. This is the catwalk that leads to our audio. What is that word? I can't even read it. Anyway, once you cross these thresholds right here, you can't hear what's going on inside. So these can be, we have multiple of these, not just these 3 that you see right here. But you can go in here, you can have counseling. Nobody's going to hear you. The counselor's not going to talk to anyone else about what's going on. And if people walk by to go to another one, they can't hear you through the wall. And just so you know, in metaverses, if you're close to a wall, you can hear what's going on the other side. They set these up in such a way that doesn't happen. Privacy is key in crypto. Privacy is key in life and emotions. You have to have that. We understand that. We're going to have that. Let's see. You see this big warehouse right here? I think this might be Ghost's favorite place, isn't it?
That is my favorite place.
Look, these are just screenshots. You can walk through here. You can go through here. You can pack this place out with people. There's a few chairs.
And you can jump off the top level. Don't forget that.
Yeah, you can jump off the top level. And one of the best parts about this metaverse is I really love is if you can use a headset, and go VR, and Sammy B says it's awesome, and I'm gonna have a Quest 3 coming, so I'll know. But I'm on PC using it right now, and the best part for me is, as I'm moving, if I click the space bar, it releases me off of the ground, and I fly. And I can circle anything, go outside the building, go under the wall. I can do anything I want. It's amazing.
It's kind of scary because I was standing and he came. Yeah, we won't talk about that picture, but yeah, it was disturbing. We'll just leave it there.
You talking about where I came out of the water head first, just kind of creeping up at you like a horror movie?
Oh, yeah. Or you were swimming with the fishes.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, and they're down there. Look, yeah, I'll go back to that because that was kind of funny. We were walking around. Sammy B, Ghost, and me, we were walking around looking at things, checking out details, making sure we understood stuff. And I was flying. They were walking. I was flying. I went down underneath this glass and swam around here with the fish. It is so detailed. Even the underside of the fish actually have detail. It's crazy. It's absolute. The rocks, when you get in the water, it looks like they're real rocks. You can almost reach down and grab them. I mean, it's the best metaverse I've ever been in, and most
of the damn fish. You were kissing the fish.
Yeah. Hey, look. Sure, I was kissing the fish. You see this one? Check this out. You want to have a small meeting, have some kind of get together with your friends, talk about something you want to do, some business proposals that you want to, talk about, deal with, hash out some stuff. We have this right here. And by the way, some of these outdoor areas that have this amazing view, the clouds move. They roll across here like it's real. The flags move. There are thresholds on either side of some of these that completely block out all sound. Completely block it out. So if you're having a private meeting, people can't get in there and they can't hear you. So privacy, once again, whether it's personal stuff, feelings, emotions, things you're going through in life, or it's a business meeting, we have all this. And we're prepared to try to reach every aspect we can of any kind of life that, happens that you want to utilize the metaverse for. That's just what we're here for. So that's some of the things I wanted to make sure I kind of got out to everybody, because people hear metaverse and they think Mario Kart world, like the cheapest little thing you can possibly find. This cartoonish type thing. It's not going to be 100% three-dimensional real life yet. The metaverse we're working on that. Everybody's working on that. All the metaverses are trying to make it completely indiscernible from real life. But
crazy
so
in
far,
the next 5 years.
Yeah, dude,
In the next 5 years, it'll be crazy.
Absolutely. But so far, what I'm seeing in this metaverse, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. And there's so many things that I didn't show you guys in here because I didn't want to spend 2 hours just on the pictures. But they've got places where you can go that it's a small little island with 2 chairs.
I made a margarita.
You can make a margarita at the tiki bar. I mean,
Babs had a glass of wine. You had a beer and orange juice. I had a margarita, dude.
A digital glass of wine. You can have as many as you want and not get tipsy. So, but yeah, no, one of the things I was saying is, the private counseling and the things like that, there are a few places, like there's one island that is small enough for 1 tree, 1 big rock, grass, and 2 chairs. And people can't hear you out there. You can go out there, see the ocean, see the view, see the mountains, birds fly by. You can hear them. And you can talk about your problems with someone who is signed a contract with Moonboy Inc. to never say anything outside of these meetings. This is something we're going to have all the legalities taken care of. This is not a medical doctor, but they're going to make sure they sign complete NDAs. They're going to sign every contract that requires them to keep the mouth shut, because, we can't have that. Private is private. Once again, privacy. Got to have it.
We're hoping. Let me pipe in. We're hoping with this metaverse, it at least helps 1% of somebody that needs it. I mean, we're not trying to change everybody, but maybe they'll want to come talk to somebody, or they'll want to vent. The way that this world's been going, it's been going the opposite direction than we all want it to go. So we figure by incorporating this and getting the people that we want to get on board, which we're working on, will just make this project that much greater.
Yeah. I want to say hey to Lauren. I see her in there. I haven't been looking at the chat. I've been over here running the mouth as I do. I'm very good at that. JR, I don't know if I mentioned you earlier. What's up, my man? How's it going, dude? Oh, and Sam mentioned, she was like, don't forget you went swimming in the sea. Funny story. I jumped in the sea and I dove really deep in that metaverse. And when I came up, there were mountains around me, mountains that I didn't see when I went in the water. I had swam so far away from where I started that I had to listen to Sam's voice to get back to where I was. It was crazy. It was funny. But it was I thought I was going to have to exit and come back in. I thought I was lost, dude. I really thought I was lost, but turns out I could hear her, and it was good. We got somebody new.
Mark had actually a great question. Mark wanted to know if we're going to be on Coinbase, and my response to him right now is it's a long-term goal.
Yeah. I mean, here's the deal. When you ask that question, are you on Coinbase? Right now, no. But do understand, Coinbase, the actual Coinbase app, the platform, not the wallet, that's one of the last ones you get on. They're the ones with the most requirements, the most legalities. They have to adhere to everything that they've already, agreed to with the U.S. government. There's so much that we have to do that's almost the top of the pyramid when it comes to exchanges. So Yes, we will be. Are we now? No. We've actually only been out for almost 3 months now, June 1st. So July, August, September 1st will be 90 days. And we're not there yet. We mentioned it earlier in the show, we've already applied completely to one exchange, giving them all the information they need. We're waiting on their response. Should be good. We have a lot of other ones that we're actually working on their requirements one at a time, trying to make sure we get to what they need.
We're going to do them all at the same time. We're not going to overload, and we're going to cut the tree down little by little.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it's easier that way, but it is. The thing is, though, it's not really about what's easier. It's really about what they require. And they require a certain amount of volume.
Or what we can get accomplished efficiently without overloading ourselves.
Exactly.
And getting it done properly.
Yeah. And some people have mentioned, why don't you just get a volume bot? Exchanges, if they see that there's a volume bot, they'll turn you down and require you to either get rid of it, prove it's not there, or they just say no completely and you'll never be on there. So they don't do stuff like that. They don't like that because they make money off of their volume. And if you're using a volume bot, are they going to make money off of that? A smidge, only a smidge. And they don't want that. They want real people buying and selling, and we're working on that. We have a decent amount of volume for the time that we've been out as a real project, not a meme token. And we're working on it. They require a certain amount of volume. They require a certain price point. They require multiple other things that, like I said, we're in process. We're not stopping. I'm busy.
And we're not trying to speed it up either. We're doing everything little by little. We do one project, we finish that up. We go to the next project. We sit down and we figure out, okay, this is done. What are we going to go do next? Yeah. And I'll tell you guys right now, because our special guest is going to come on here shortly, that is the project that we are working on right now. That is what's next on our list.
Now, don't get us wrong. There are multiple things in the works at the same time. We're not just one at a time. No. But once we get to a point to where we can't move further there and we're waiting on that company, for example, to respond, we're already on 2 or 3 other things, but they're going to come out one at a time, maybe 2 at a time, depending on, what their requirements and things are. So we're working on all that.
Anybody got any questions? Obi wanted to know if we're going to have a XXX stage in the metaverse.
Absolutely not. What are you thinking, man? This.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, Obi, but bro, you're gonna have to just turn your TV on for that one, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point. A lot of people like that, but no, I mean, here's the deal. If I'll just say this and we'll drop it. If you're going for something of that nature, isn't real life better than the metaverse in that case? We're going to go there. We're going to leave it there. Thanks for the question, though, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Next on Sci-Fi Network.
Oh, my God. Somebody was talking about, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not going to put any details, but the movie Total Recall when they got to Mars. Yeah, somebody was talking about that the other night. That was kind of funny. I don't know if too many people even remember that, but I sure do.
Blade Runner, bro. There was a scene where he walked into his apartment and pushed the button, and we'll leave it there.
Okay, I got you. I know exactly what you mean. So, I mean, real life in certain situations is way better than the metaverse. But say, for example, there's things that you can't do or you don't want to go do, or they're not happening around your area. You can go to these metaverses from any country. You can go to these metaverses at any time. If it's 4 a.m. for you, but somebody's having a class, you can still show up in your pajamas. You don't have to be decked out, So these are things that you can do. But sometimes real life is better. Let's see. What did Mark say?
I you got to look at JR's comment.
Mark, I would say, actually, I would have to say yes. And our guest tonight, if you want to stay around for the second hour, it's in about 30 minutes. We have a guest tonight, and that guest is all about making other tokens, including Moon Boy, multi-chain. So if you want to hang around, you can figure out exactly how they're going to do that. This is a project we're going forth with. This is not something where we might do. We are going forth with this, and we wanted them here today so they could explain to the people exactly what it means, exactly what it means to your wallet, what it means to the project, what it means years down the road, what it means to volume, all those things. So I'm going to let them get into it. So if you want to, kind of wait around for that, we'd love to have you here and listen to some of these things. Shaman says 2 chains. That's right. How about 7 chains? We'll go with that. So, let's see.
JR's right, dude. The 80s movies and the 90s were epic, man. Now the movies now just suck.
Dude, imagine if we had the 80s and 90s movies with today's graphics. I mean, the content of those movies.
Guess what comes, not to change the subject, and hopefully it doesn't get all screwed up, but guess what comes out Christmas this year that I'm actually stoked about? Gremlins 3.
Gremlins 3. I was going to say, I know it's not Beetlejuice 2 because that comes out next month.
Yeah, but no, they're redoing Gremlins, and it's been in the works for like 2-3 years, and they stopped because of all the COVID crap.
Yeah,
and now now they're supposed to release it this Christmas. Bro, you can't go wrong with Gizmo.
Yeah,
Gizmo
absolutely.
was the bomb back then.
Absolutely, but I'm going to be pissed if they change the way he looks. Gizmo is Gizmo. You don't change him. You don't update him.
From what I understand, he has not been changed, and he's going to look like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like how his graphics look, like the new one that came out, they're going to make him look more real life.
Okay, that'll be cool. They better not do too much because, that little Mogwai is my dude, man. I love that movie. I even like part 2, even though it was super cheesy and just a copy of the first one, but in the city.
You ain't gotta lie. You wanted to hook up with the gremlin that had the lipstick on and the. I get it.
Hey, just so you know, that was a boy gremlin. That was a boy gremlin.
Off the subject, since we're on movies, my favorite movie of all time, and you all can laugh at me, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Wow, I've seen that. Like,
cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong with that movie, bro.
I mean, my ex used to love that movie. What was that one movie from the 80s that had the plant in the basement that grew up and started eating things? What was that? Remember that?
Stairs?
No. Oh, People Under the Stairs. That was a good one.
Top of Force?
Yes, that's the one. That would be nice as a remake because you could. I'd be okay with them changing every aspect and making it so much more digitally enhanced, dude. I would love that. Oh, I want to say something. I saw Fairground mention, if you're into horror movies, Hellraiser were good movies, man. They were
the new one that just came out sucked.
When did that happen?
It was one that got released last year. That was or the year before, but it was kind of like a remake. But they're remaking the new Freddy's and Jason's and all kinds of new stuff is starting to come out. But Hellraiser, the original ones, were the bomb.
Oh yeah, Pinhead and the guy that just chattered his teeth,
man.
The one that it would give me nightmares. I would wake up hearing the chattering the teeth. You remember that one? Oh God, dude, that was so scary. You don't remember that one?
The original Dolls.
Dolls.
Go watch the original Dolls movie, dude. It's wicked freaky.
Okay, I might have to. Well,
The
we got
original one, not the new one. The ones from, I think it was like 77 or 81. I can't remember. But the original dolls is crazy.
Nice. Chatterbox. Good call, Ryan. Good call, man. Yes, I remember that. That was, I mean, it was just, he had his eyes like crunched or something, and it was just his teeth. It was like, da, 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 da. Oh, I'd hear that. I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh no. I hear it in my dreams, man. It was so bad. Well, we got through all the metaverse stuff that I wanted to kind of talk about. It's in progress. We're working on that. The token burns. I want to go through that. It's kind of quick. A lot of people have heard it. When we reach $100,000 market cap, I'm burning 1 million tokens. When we reach $200,000 market cap, I'm burning another 1 million tokens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to $1 million market cap. Every time we hit that $100,000 mark, I'm burning another 1 million tokens. So by the end of it, once we reach $1 million market cap, it could be overnight. Very well could be. Almost happened already. But that means we will have burned 10 million. Plus, I burned 1 million the very first time I mentioned it. And we were around 60-something thousand market cap. So by the time we reach $1 million market cap, we will have burned 11 million tokens, which is over 1% of the entire supply. And that's not all the burns we're going to do. That's just the burns we're doing at the beginning of the project to get it rolling. I wanted to make sure everybody remembered that. If you didn't know, bam, there you go. If you did know, there's a reminder. So what's going on in the chat real quick before I move on to something else?
Obi keeps on talking about how big my water bottle is.
I mean, water's good for you. You already, like, what, 70-something% water, 90%? I don't even know the number. I'm drinking some Go juice today. A little bit of caffeine, a little bit of sugar, because I've been going for what is it now? Oh yeah, 3 months straight, hardly any sleep because this is important.
Red Bull.
Oh no, I had the Red Bull earlier today. We're just gonna go with the green bottle. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
People know, but some people will be like, "Hey, you're not supposed to use this on the TV." Anyway, so we got through those. Let's see how much time we got before we bring on Paul Chain. We got about 20 minutes. We got through the exchanges. We've got 2 things I want to talk about in the next 20 minutes before we bring on Paul Chain. I'm going to have to show my screen to explain a couple of these things to you guys. So as I pull that up.
Show me your screen.
Huh?
I love it when you show me your screen.
I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that. I'll just take it as a positive note. So what I'm going to pull up here is some details about the business wallets. A lot of people had questions about, where did this come from? Are you telling a lie? How do we know? Are you full of it? I'm about to answer all those questions. Ghost, if you want to make a few remarks while I pull this up, we're gonna take care of a few different things here, so that way we can kind of get an idea and you guys can understand the real truth. Go ahead.
Reading about Lauren drinking 10 gallons of energy drinks a day.
That is not good, girl.
I was being facetious.
I feel bad because I drink 120 ounce a day. Come on. What are you doing? It's not good. It's bad. That can cause you to have strokes. You do know that, right? It's not good.
I got a guy that works for me that drinks them like it's water. I've told him several times, bro, you got to stop. And he ended up in the emergency room Tuesday for a freaking kidney stone.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's bad. All right, I'm gonna pull these up real quick. So what I'm going to pull up here, that is not what I wanted to pull up. That's not what I wanted to pull up. Let's try that again. What I want to pull up is Dex Tools, where Moon Boy is. If I can find it, if I can sure enough find it. Wow, is it not up here? Oh, and there we go. Pay attention, Mike. God, I love that song, man. I'm gonna have to do something with that with the band because that is so smooth. I love that. I so love that. All right, now check this out. All right, you seeing this, Ghost?
I am.
I get a confirmation on the screen, Ghost. All right,
Loud
cool.
and clear, buddy. It's there.
Right on. Now this is our contract address right here. This is the pair. A lot of people don't pay attention to that part, but this is the pair where Moon Boy is connected to Ethereum on the base chain on Uniswap. Now, the thing is, what I've been telling people and explaining to them is that when we first started this, we had, you know, there was a bunch of complications in the beginning. We're not going to get into the complications because we overcame. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to shake something here. You just start.
Hey, your mic, bro.
Yeah.
Mike. Houston, we have a problem. Please be patient with us. The tower's working on it. No, no sound. Your sound's gone, bro. All right. He's working on it. Can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay, so you can hear me. That's good. Mike's trying to figure it out right now, guys. Sorry about this. What do y'all want to talk about? Anybody's kids go back to school?
Can you hear me now? Now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Are you muted?
No, I'm not. They can hear me.
Can anyone hear me now? Tim, give me a yes or no if you can hear me. I think YouTube's trying to rug us. Oh, Lauren Babb says we can hear you both. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going. All right, so here's the deal. This is what we're going to do.
We need to learn.
All right,
Ryan said we need
let
to
me
learn
explain
sign
this.
language.
All right, now, business wallets. And those 3 business wallets can be seen on Dex Tools. And you can watch what happens to them and know that, you know, they're going absolutely nowhere. So I'm going to scroll down all the way to the bottom of this one. This is our liquidity pool. If you type in Moonboy Inc. right here, type in Moonboy Inc. right there, you can get to this liquidity pool. And that is the Moon Crew liquidity pool. If you go all the way down, just scroll all the way to the bottom where we started the liquidity pools. Go all the way down here. All right. Now check this out. Check this out. All right. All the way down. See, that's where we started this Moon Crew pool. And if you keep looking and you keep looking, you can see right here, we added 30 million tokens. And yes, there's a bunch of ins and outs because I was making sure this is correct. I wanted to make sure we were doing it correctly before I even told anybody I was doing it. All right. So the way it works is this one is the creator wallet. You can check it. It's still there. You can find it on Dex Tools underneath the liquidity pool. It's holder number 1 on base scan, by the way. Now, another thing, this next wallet, where is it? Right here. This one, 5313. That is another 30 million. That is our prize wallet. All right. This one right here, AO2C. That is our marketing wallet. That is 90 million tokens. That is 10% almost of the entire supply. They will never go anywhere. They will always be right here. Now, another thing I want to show you is you see all these entries up here? These are entries of other people joining the Moon Crew liquidity pool because they're long-term holders. They don't want to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. They want to hold their tokens for the long run, and they want to make fees from Uniswap while doing so. So these are other people. These are just holders putting in tokens to hold them long-term. 20 million, 30 million, 5 million, 4 million, 10, 6, all of these entries. And you will be hard pressed. Matter of fact, it's impossible for you to find someone that removed liquidity from the Moon Crew liquidity pool. Why do that? This is long-term stuff. So if you need to know about the business wallets and the Moon Crew pool, all you have to do, once again, type in, I'll do this for you. Type in Moonboy at the top. This one is Uniswap right here. The second Crew liquidity pool. This is the business wallets will sit in perpetuity, which means forever. Okay, so that's going to sit here forever, and you will be able to see this. If other people want to remove some of their liquidity as the price goes up, they know how to do it responsibly because We've explained this to them in detail. We've talked to them, let them ask questions. So, wait, what is that? Anyway, I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that and grasp where this is coming from, because a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand where when we say we've got business wallets and liquidity pools, to them it's just like words that don't mean anything. So I wanted to explain to you where they were, how to find them, any questions that you might have, anything that's going on, and just, is my sound still going out?
No, but your lips looks like you're talking.
I don't hear you. I can't hear you either. I see me, but I don't hear you. That sucks.
I can hear you.
Everything should be working just fine.
Damn, can you hear me? Average Joe says he can hear both of us. JR's laughing his butt off at us. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
What about now? Did you hear that? I don't know. I didn't do anything. I just said, what about now again? I'm here, but I can't hear you. I don't understand. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to repair it either. Ghost, say something.
Domino's Pizza.
I don't hear you. This has got to be YouTube. Say something.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Here's the question. In the chat, can you hear both of us? Can you hear us? Okay. Brian is saying in the background. We got him over here. All right. YouTube tries to rug us again, we're going to bring up our special guest. We've got Brian representing Paw Chain. So let's see if we can get through what we can get through before any other technical difficulties screw up this, because man, this Paw Chain stuff is absolutely important. So we're gonna bring Brian up real quick. Are you ready, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you. Yeah, we don't know what's
Awesome.
happening. I think YouTube was trying to normally it's Twitter/X trying to rug us. You know how that is.
Elon's doing his thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what we kind of wanted to
What's going on, Brian?
Hey, what's going on?
Nice meeting you, man.
You too. Nice to meet you too. Thank you guys for having me up here. I appreciate
Of course, brother. Of course.
Absolutely. We've been hearing a lot about you. We've been talking to 21
good thing.
Paul and a couple other people in there.
it. Okay.
To kind of understand this for a couple months actually. And we've decided as a business we're going to go for this. We're gonna team up with you guys. But one thing that we wanted to do, since we have this platform in the Moon Crew show now, to explain some of this stuff to, I guess so we don't have to explain it. They can hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Yeah,
and-
exactly. I totally get it.
Yeah, and get what you guys are going to do for Moon Boy. So however you want to start, just kind of give us from the beginning until it flows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll just give you guys just a rundown, like a quick kind of overview of what we are. I'll try and do my best in a few minutes because I can talk about it for hours, but no one wants to hear that right now.
Dude, I know the deal.
Yeah,
I know the deal. I do it too.
I'm with the Paw Chain project. I'm a marketing lead, and I've been with the project about 19 months. We're a blockchain technology company that just released the first of its kind layer 3 that will seamlessly connect other blockchains together to allow liquidity to be accessed from one liquidity pool. So I'll just give a quick example. Moonboy, if you were to launch a liquidity pool normally on, say, the Ethereum network, on the Solana network, your liquidity would only be available for purchase on that network through Ethereum, through Solana, unless you got listed on a central exchange, and then there's fees, all those other things. With Paw Chain, that liquidity will be available to be purchased with all native assets that we're connected to. So we're connected to Ethereum, Polygon, BNB, Base, and Arbitrum currently, with a AVAX connection coming any hour. So buyers will be able to come to PawSwap and be able to buy Moonboy token with any of those native assets. No more traditional bridging. You don't have to have 3 to 4 transactions to bridge back and forth. Everything will be seamlessly connected, and all that work is done on the back end. What's also great about our technology is it's infinitely scalable. So we can add as many blockchains that exist, really, any secure chain, as we continue to grow. By the end of the year, we plan to have about 20 to 25 connected chains, and we can connect the non-EVM chains as well. So that includes Solana, Tron, Ton, some of these other non-EVM chains out there where there's actually a lot of volume right now. We have speeds that are fast enough to compete with real-world centralized solutions like Visa, MasterCard, banking solutions. So scalability and transaction congestion will not be a problem on Paw Chain, and that can scale up as high as we need it. Right now, I think in testing we did about 55,000 transactions per second with 8 validators, and that can always go up. So
Nice.
That's another thing. That's something I'm really looking forward to when it comes to, like, everyone. There's a buzzword, real world use case, real world adoption. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean our companies, our real people from Web 2, are they going to use our technology? In my opinion, I think they don't use current blockchain technology because it's too slow. It's too expensive. It's too spread out. You use the Solana network and over half of your transactions fail. Like, that's unacceptable for a business. That will never happen. Ethereum's too slow. It's too expensive. Congestion builds up. No one's going to spend $100 to complete a transaction for buying some groceries. We solve all those problems by the way we built our blockchain. It was completely custom built from scratch. No copy and paste, nothing, just a non-EVM chain, but it's EVM compatible. And it's got a whole new validation method that's faster and doesn't use as much energy. It's more efficient than current validation methods, and it's just going to be the place. I think, like I was trying to explain to people, like we're not trying to be the next blockchain. We want to be the blockchain that just connects all the other blockchains together. Like just think of like a sphere with PAW chain in the middle and a bunch of branches branching out inside the sphere, connecting all these different networks. And we're the communication hub. Everybody can come through us to be able to transfer whatever asset to get whatever asset they want. So that's kind of like what we're building. We just launched about 6 weeks ago, and we already got 7 projects trading on chain right now. We have a wallet. You can download a brand new, first of its kind L3 PAW wallet, and we're going to be having a wallet app coming probably, I would say, the end of Q3. So you can just go to the App Store and download it like any other, Trust Wallet app, Coinbase Wallet app, any kind of other wallet application. And I really think once these projects and the people see what we're building, it's going to be a flood because we're just going to make it easier. It's just going to be less transactions, less congestion, easier for people to use. And I've been in crypto since 2019, and I've been saying that since the beginning that we're not going to see any kind of real innovation until it's easier to use. I'm sure you guys, when you first started getting into the crypto world, were like just overwhelmed. I know I was. When I got into DeFi, thank God I had a friend who walked me through this whole process of using the DEX.
Who was it?
Yeah. Exactly. And then bridging, I didn't know you. Like I wanted something over here. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy this token with my Ethereum. Oh, you got to get BNB. Okay. Oh, I use Coinbase and they don't have BNB there. So now I got to go to this exchange, or I got to bridge it. Like, what's this bridge thing on MetaMask? And you got to go through this transaction. You're paying these kind of fees. It's just very difficult for the everyday person to consume. And that's what we're trying to do, is not only make it easier for the end user, but the builder as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the main things that I liked about it, is because it not only does it sound like it seems like everybody's going to have ease of access, because you said, if you go to PAW Swap is what it's called, right? PAW Swap.
Yes. That'll be our swap. Yes.
Yeah. So even if you don't have the wallet or any of these things, you can go to the PAW Swap and just whatever you have that you guys are connected to, you can pick up you some Moonboy or whatever token.
Exactly. And that's what's coming right now. Like right now, our swap is live in the PAW wallet, but our external swap, just like what you're talking about, is going to be going live any day. And that's what you said. You can just go there and with your DeFi wallet, connect, use whatever native asset you want, and purchase any project that is on chain. And what's great too is as we grow our liquidity, as we onboard more projects, our liquidity starts growing. We'll be able to start, having pools of native assets that you'll be able to swap BNB, Ethereum for, you know what I mean? And much cheaper than a central exchange. Yeah,
we had a question in the chat. Joe wants to know what is the fee to swap on PAW Swap? Is it comparable to?
It's going to be very comparable with all the major fees. It's going to be much cheaper than Ethereum, around Solana. Probably not quite as cheap as BNB to start, because everything's going to scale. Right now, I think our bridge fee is like 0.25 or 0.5%. Our swap fee is like 0.25. Like we're very competitive, like Uniswap, some of the main competitors out there. But as we scale, that number is going to come down as well. And what's great about on the L3, if you have a PAW wallet, the transfers, any transactions on there are gas free, just the transaction fees. So there's no gas on the L3, which is something that I'm really excited about. Yes.
Okay, that's a good point. I like that idea. What are you laughing at, Ghost?
I said very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yes. So right now, you guys are connected to 5 different chains.
Is 5 different chains, 6 including our native PAW chain, and then we have an AVAX connection coming. Will be announced literally any hour. The devs are tying up the bells and whistles. It's pretty much wrapped up because every chain, even EVM ones, have a little bit of something different, and they had to go in there do something with the swap functionality. But that's going to be going live, and we're just going to keep adding chains, man. If it's an EVM chain, it's very easy to for our devs to connect to. It's the non-EVM chains that takes some work, because they don't function with the Ethereum virtual machine, Solidity, different programming languages, Rust, things like that. So I'm not going to get into any of that stuff, but I'll put it this way. It will work. It works. Yeah. I have money on chain. I've made transactions on chain. I'm providing liquidity on chain. So it is functional and it is working.
Can users actually do the same thing they do with Uniswap? And even if they don't have a project, they just provide liquidity. Is that an option?
100%. Yep. You can come
fantastic.
to our PAW wallet, provide liquidity. It's so easy. You can just pick any project on chain. I'm actually providing for a few of the projects right now. And then I'm providing a PAW USDC pair as my main pool. And what's great about it is the rewards are automatically airdropped in your wallet. So you don't have to pay. If you guys ever provide liquidity, I'm very familiar with liquidity provided on Uniswap. I've done quite a bit of it. You have to pay a fee every time you want to collect your rewards or your fees that you've gained from all the transactions. So that they're automatically airdropped in your wallet, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. One thing that Moonboy Inc., our project, does, we have 3 wallets on Uniswap in the liquidity pool that reap fees from that. And it's in total, you might have heard me say it, if YouTube allowed my mic at that time, it's almost 10% of our supply is in those liquidity pools, and they're separated by wallets based on business, marketing, and the prize wallet for the things that we do for running the business. And they're going to stay there forever in perpetuity. They're never going to leave up the market, down the market. And that's one thing I'm trying to, our token is all about education and entertainment. We call it edutainment. So like, we need people to understand how things work. That's why we're 100% transparent. And we teach them that how these liquidity pools work. And for Moonboy right now, there is more. And I might actually have to come to you or some of the PAW guys to get a better understanding for some of this. Because I think I'm pretty well versed in it, but there's always something that you can learn. But we have a moonboiandthemooncrew pool on Uniswap, and that moonboiandthemooncrew pool actually holds twice as much liquidity as Uniswap because they're long-term holders.
Okay.
So do you consider that? And this is just in your personal, not business opinion. Do you consider that bullish?
I consider that bullish. If you got the diamond hands holders that are big believers in your project with liquidity, liquidity is the lifeblood of a project, guys. I try and tell that to everybody. It's what makes decentralized finance go. And if you don't understand automated market making, price action on your trades up and down, I tell people the more I always compare it to an aquarium, small liquidity pool, only a few fish can swim in it. If you're in the ocean, you got a lot of liquidity, a whole lot of fish, and big fish can swim in that ocean. And a lot of people don't understand it.
Obi's got a question.
Yes.
So wait, you will be able to go to PAW Swap and swap any crypto from any other crypto for low fees, no matter what chain it is on.
After we do all our bridging, the ultimate goal, that is exactly it. We plan to be a centralized exchange, but at a fully decentralized level.
Where do you see that in a time frame? 6 months, a year, 2 years?
Yeah, I'm sure by the time, we're always going to be adding chains in the existence of PAW Chain. But like I said, 20 to 25 by the end of this year. By the end of 2025, 50, 60, maybe approaching 100. Now, the thing is, connecting to every chain, it's not always worth it. You know what I mean? We judge everything by volume, by demand, and most importantly, security. I didn't get into security. It is something that is at our core that we're that's important to us. We have one of the top Certic scores of all audited projects. We're in the top 40, I believe, currently, and we were as high as top 15. And we're we hover between 92 and 93.5. And by the time everything goes live, our swap, our validator dashboard, Certic's going to finish. We had 5 or 6 audits with them, and we're going to have 24-hour Skynet security monitoring where if something does happen, they contact us and let us know that, hey, shut this down, or hey, you got to look on this. So as the internet changes, that's what we're going to do. But yes, in the end, you can be able to come to our swap and exchange just about anything.
Love it, man. Got another question. Soul Train, Mike, Can Tom be on PAW Swap?
What's Tom?
Another
Tom?
project.
Yeah, it's another project.
Of course. We're free. Hey, I'll let everybody that I didn't mention this. We are free and permissionless system. Anybody can come and build on PAW Chain. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's fully decentralized. We have no control. You come, you build, you launch, you promote, and take your project multi-chain. That's another way we're going to be able to set our parts different from a centralized exchange. A lot of these central exchanges, the small ones, in my opinion, are garbage. They take your tokens, they can dump them on you. They have artificial volume. They can manipulate your chart, especially if you're a small project, and don't have a lot of liquidity. And the big exchanges, the tier ones, tier twos are $30,000 to $60,000 to get listed. Tier ones, anywhere from $150K over up to $1 million to get listed. Exactly. So we offer that project, that opportunity. And then right now, as we're just getting started, you can become an alpha project on PAW Chain and grow with us. Like, just think about it. You're one of the first few projects on here. We start gaining momentum. As every project comes, brings a community. They bring liquidity. They bring users. They bring traders. They bring people who are going to use the chain. Our liquidity goes up, or our user fees starts generating fees into our treasury wallet. Everything starts building. The PAW price builds. You're paired with PAW. As we grow, that pair of the liquidity pool raises in price, and vice versa too.
Yeah.
One of these projects come on here on our chain, and they absolutely explode. Just like I compare it to what made Solana a household name, Bonk. Bonk made Solana a household name and brought it to everybody's attention, and it went nuts. I always think, who's going to be our Bonk? Who's going to be that project? They come on, they go absolutely insane. They bring PAW, pair with it, and every other project on chain.
Dude, that sounds super strong. Yeah, that sounds super strong.
And that guy there too.
Yeah, the Moon Boy. Yeah.
The other way. But yeah, to go along with his question, I have another one that might actually have this question as well. Soul Train over there talking about Tom. What is the first step in joining the PAW crew? What is the first step in getting on the PAW chain? What do we do? What would Tom have to do? What would anybody?
You can follow our go to our website, pawchain.net, and we have. If you go to the website, onboarding is one of the tabs right on there, and it will bring you through the process. Or the best way to do it too, you can reach out on X, in our Telegram, any of our socials, my DM, all our DMs are open. So what usually happens is a project will reach out either online, and then we'll hook up on X or Telegram. I'll start a group chat with our team. We have an entire onboarding team that will walk you through the entire process. It's a big deal to us to help other projects. We have an actual customer service team as well. That's something that DeFi doesn't have. No other DeFi project I know has an
customer service department, bro.
Customer service department, yes. I'm on
actual people to talk
actual
to?
Human beings.
Oh, Brian, I gotta ask this, bro. What are the hours of operation?
Well, the hours of operation are open a ticket, and they'll get to you usually within an hour, sometimes within minutes.
You're telling me you're 24 hours?
Pretty much. We got a help desk on X, and then our Discord has a very
nice. I like.
Well, a lot of our members are in Europe as well, so they're up at different times, and some of our members are here in the States. We have members in Australia. We're worldwide, and when we were growing, because we've been building this for 19 months, about 7 months ago, we established teams. We have a Genesis team that's 10 people. All of them are KYC Gold verified through Certic, all of them. And then we started sub teams, a marketing team, which me and 21 lead. We have an onboarding team, which a couple other team members lead. We have a design team, and then we have our customer service team. And we had a migration because we were originally an ERC20 token on the Ethereum network. So when we launched our chain, all our holders had to migrate to the new contract because we are a coin now, we're not a token. We had over 2,000 open tickets with people who forgot to put in the wrong wallet address. You name it. They forgot to send the second part of a transaction. Their wallet wasn't working correctly with the bridging software. They answered over 2,000 individual tickets, and every single person got their coins that they were owed. And I think they're down to like 28 open tickets left. The problems that they're working on now to be sure that everybody gets what they need. And our developers were personally manually migrating them the tokens because, as we know, everything's on the blockchain. If you know how to read blockchain, you know where that money is. They can go in there, figure it out, and make sure it's taken care of. And what also is great, it's a good way to find out if people are trying to BS you, right? Like trying to like, hey, we bought after we had our snapshot, you know, and we told everyone not to. We froze the pool, but some people tried to pull a fast one. And then, hey, I have this. I want to migrate this. Well, the blockchain time says that you purchased after we told you not to on the old pool, migrating the snapshot, and you can't do that. So our team is very adept in reading blockchain and making sure people get what they want. And it's something that I think is really going to set us apart is our one-on-one help and actual human beings. Our whole community really is just full of people who believe in building Web3, believe in the technology, want something better than we currently have.
That's fantastic. And I have to vouch for one of the things you said. Like I said, it was a couple months ago, and I was in a space, and I heard 21 talk. And I said, you know, message me because I kind of want to know more, but I feel stupid. I want to know exactly what you're talking about. He opened up that Telegram chat. 5 or 6 people within a couple days came in there and said, is there anything else you didn't know? Is there anything else that we can help you with? We'll be glad. I mean, I'm like, now I know half the crew almost is what it seems like because everybody was just, hey,
like
did you get everything you need?
Oh, we'd be a better world.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, the customer service almost means more than the actual service itself, because if it doesn't work properly, a human being is the only one that's going to be able to help you. And you guys bring multiple in. I love it, dude.
We had a couple projects that onboarded, made some mistakes, you know, in their contract deployment, deploying liquidity on chain, things like that. And our team members, you know, walked them through the process, fixed it, helped them rewrite stuff that, you know, like got on voice calls or, you know, chats, whatever it was, to make it right. And like, that's how we're going to separate ourselves. Cause, you know, in real life, you know, if you're a business owner, work for a small business. Like I grew up working for a small business of a close family friend. So like I saw the amount of work and the grind that you got to put in as a small business owner, and your reputation, your community service, and treating the customer well is so important. And I think it's going to be very important for customer user retention. You stay with products and companies who treat you well. You know, you get referrals, you get referred customers from companies and products that treat you well. So that's something that we really take to heart. It's something that I do. It's why I answer every DM. And every day, I'm not kidding you guys, that goes by, my DMs grow by about 5. So it's just literally like my Telegram's full of hundreds of chats, DMs. X is full of hundreds, chats, DMs. It's just like, it's become a second full-time job, which I love because I do love doing Web3. But I still work full-time, my RL job. You know, I'm a union tradesman. I'm a pipe fitter. And so I'm working 7 to 3:30, Monday through Friday, overtime sometimes, you know, whenever there's an emergency at work at the pharmaceutical plant I work at. So it's a grind, but I've been through it. I've seen small business. I know what you have to do to make a business successful. And I think a lot of people in this space, they don't run these kind of projects like businesses. You have to have people who, yes, we're decentralized, but in the beginning, you have to have people who make decisions, who make calls, who steer the ship, and then they put it on cruise control when everything is set and it ain't gonna crash no more. And it just goes. And we'll have a DAO to be able to control the whole system. So in the end, when our developers are done building out, you know, whenever in probably 18 to 24 months, I would think, would be when they wrap and bring this whole thing together, because we're gonna have so much stuff. They'll just hand it over to the DAO and be like, hey, this is your baby now. Your holdings decide your voting power. If we want to hire a dev to build this, if we want to do this, hey, do we want to pay for this exchange listing? It's going to be all community driven.
Yeah, I'm loving every aspect of it. That's why, I mean, I've explained this a couple times to, you know, some of the community, and I think they kind of get it. But having you here and somebody to explain this and letting them know that there's somebody there for you, that's That is key. That is key. Hey, if anybody has any questions in the chat for Brian, keep it specific to Paul. Don't do random BS. We don't need any of that. But if you have any questions,
a little BS.
Okay, he said a little BS.
A little BS.
But, dude, you might be opening the door you don't want to. Maybe opening the door.
Ryan,
I'll tell you some of these conversations I had, man.
Ryan, my bathroom needs to be clean, bro. Can you help me out?
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the wrong kind of BS. Well, okay. One question I do have, and we mentioned this before in the Telegram chat. So, we as Moonboy Inc. provide a liquidity pool of Moonboy token and Ethereum since we're on the base chain.
Yes.
And that's where people buy from. It's almost like, and just tell me if I'm wrong, it's almost like we're putting another liquidity pool on Uniswap that they're already comfortable with. We're just putting it on a different chain, which allows many different hands to reach in and be able to use, right?
That's exactly it. And you can keep your current liquidity pool. You don't have to even touch it. You can have a separate pool on PAW chain, a totally different pool, and then natural price arbitrage will happen with buyers and sellers balancing the price of the pool. Hey, it's higher here on the base network. I'm going to PAW, making a buy, coming back, selling here, and vice versa, just like any other project that has multiple liquidity pools.
Yeah.
So it just presents arbitrage opportunities, but then it allows you to be able to be available, like you said, for more buyers. So say price starts pumping on PAW, you get these buyers in, we're growing, we're adding, wallets every day. People are using our network more and more. That pool on PAW starts rising, that pool on base is going to start rising as well. So that's kind of how it's going to be. And there's no minimum. You can come in, start as small as you want. It's just what kind of price impact you're comfortable with. Obviously the smaller the pool, the smaller transactions you're going to have, or people get killed on price impact. But I mean, that's on them, because we have a big red warning, like any swap that pulls up and says minus 15% price impact. You probably shouldn't be doing $1,000 buy on a pool that only has $2,000 in it. Like the automated market maker is going to absolutely shred you, and you're not going to get a lot for your money. So, but you can deploy small, orbit, whatever you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with that price action.
Yeah, see, that's one thing that worried me, and I asked you guys in the Telegram, and I don't know an exact, but I don't want a lot of new holders coming in and they're like, I really like this project, I want to put down a chunk of money, and then when they put down that chunk of money, they're only getting 85% of what they're paying for. I want to be able to put down, a big enough liquidity pool. So, and as of right now, what we're looking at is a 3% of the supply liquidity pool just for the PAW chain. And
okay.
I mean, that sounds feasible. Sounds like it would, not really have a huge price impact. Is that what you're thinking? Or not?
Well, it depends on what. Now you just have to do some math, like what your current market cap is at. So 3% of the liquidity pool, you would need whatever that price is. How much that is worth is how much PAW you would need to pair it with. It functions like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Uniswap V2. It's a 50-50 split. Yeah. So say you have, I'm just going to use this for round numbers. You got $10,000 of Moonboy, and then you need $10,000 of PAW. You'll have a $20,000 liquidity pool on chain. That's said to be a 50-50. And then eventually, what's really cool too is we're going to be upgrading as we go, and eventually our liquidity is going to function like Uniswap V4. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Uniswap V4. That's going to be launching soon. It's something else incredible. Like Uniswap just does, in my opinion, does it differently when it comes to liquidity. I love the V3, being able to leverage my liquidity for a higher percentage of fees and provide my liquidity only in set ranges.
That's what we're doing with our pools. They're on the V3.
They're on the V3, exactly. So that's what I'm familiar with that. Yeah. So eventually, like, we're going to upgrade our liquidity as well. We just did it with the 50-50 in the beginning, so we can concentrate some other build outs, and it'll be easier for people to deploy. Yeah.
Okay. And let's say we started off with a certain amount. Could we add to that pool?
You can add to it and remove it
as
anytime.
The business, okay.
Absolutely. Okay. And the thing is too, anybody can add liquidity to the pool. So if you got some strong community members that want to make a little passive income, they can come on chain and provide a liquidity pair.
Absolutely. I'll definitely be talking to you about that. Were there
Yeah.
any questions in the chat, Ghost?
I got a question. I'm trying to
Okay.
buy your tokens right now, so I'm gonna put you on Front Street. Okay, so I'm in my wallet. All right. I'm just creating a small bag for right now, and then I'll go in and I'll drop a big bag. So I'm gonna go to swap. Okay,
What wallet is he in?
I'm Coinbase wallet.
Okay, you'll have to, if he's using Coinbase wallet, he won't be able to buy it directly on chain. You need a PAW wallet, but we have pools on Uniswap. Ethereum pool, the ticker is W.
So you come up.
W. Huh?
You come up.
On Coinbase, they're coming up.
Oh, okay. That's probably one of the Ethereum pools. Yeah, it's it'd be WPAW.
The last four of the wallet is CFCB.
Yes, that's our contract address.
So what he's saying is that there is a pool on there with Ethereum and PAW that you can buy from right there.
Yeah, you can hold wrapped versions of our coin on Ethereum, BNB, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Base.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Fantastic.
It's awesome, man.
There you go.
Yeah, I invite you guys. I invite all your community. Come in our Telegram, hop in our Discord, kind of follow our X account and see what we've been building and like our community, what we're excited about, what we're doing. Like guys, I've been in the space since 2019. I was a Bitcoin guy, still am. I started with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it was just pretty much a set amount. I buy it, forget about it. Just sits, on the exchange. I don't even care. I didn't pay attention to it. Didn't really pay attention to crypto. Didn't learn anything about it. I just invested. And then it was about 19 months ago when a friend of mine talked to me about DeFi, and then said, "Hey, have you heard about PAW? Like, this, you got to take a look at this." I got in. I did like 2 weeks of research. I was seeing what they were building. And I was like, because they were in a transition at the time. Originally, they were just going to build a swap. And then the developer kind of changed what he wanted to do, said, hey, this is a great opportunity to build my passion project. Our head developer is a very successful developer, developed on some of the biggest chains over the last 7 years that you've heard of, Cardano, Solana, all the big ones. And he was like, hey, I want to build this thing and actually solve this multi-chain issue. And he put a team together of like, gosh, with part-time devs and full-time devs, maybe 80 people. Right now we have a full-time team of about 35 people, developers. Yeah. So it's just, it's been building ever since. And once I saw the vision of, especially the multi-chain, I was like, I'm in, and I got hooked, and I've been nerding out on blockchain and liquidity ever since.
Dude, it's very addicting. I mean,
it is.
It's addicting.
So much money. There's so much opportunity to make money. Guys, like you don't even buy and sell, passive income.
Ryan, quick question, brother. Either and I haven't smoked yet or done anything today, but I just opened up a basic wallet real quick. That's what I always do with all my stuff before I actually put money in.
Yes.
If everybody in the chat calls me Ghost Elon because I have a bunch of wallets and I'm holding everything and I never sell. I just bought $25 worth, bro, and it gave me 1.8 billion.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So you're telling me if I drop $400 or $500 into this, that's a hefty return in the next 12 months.
I obviously
potentially.
Yeah. I never at working for the team. We're tied up with our regulatory stuff more so than our project. We got lawyers. We're all about this. So I try not. I don't talk about price. I just say things.
I'm not even asking that. What I'm saying is, if your project takes off the way that I think it's going to take off, and the way it does, the average person that doesn't have a lot of money to spend could go drop $10 or $15, and easily in a year from now or 5 years from now, 500 times that if your project does what I think it's going to do.
I don't think he can answer that. I can say I understand your math, Ghost. I understand your math.
Yes.
I'm just going to put it like this, guys. Like I said, I've been in since 2019. I haven't seen a project with this kind of tech, this kind of upside since Ethereum. And I know that's crazy. People talk about it, but I've done my thousands of hours of research on the BNB chain, on the Solana network, on the Tron network. What made them successful? What made Polygon successful? What kind of tech? What problems were they solving? Those L2s, the last run, were solving the scaling issue on Ethereum. And they all ran to billion-dollar market caps. The thing is, you can only exist on that chain. They don't talk to each other. They're locked in. You can't really do anything else except on that chain. So imagine a project that comes in and just links everything together. Like if you're a project 6 months from now and you have a choice to launch it on a network, why wouldn't you choose a network that you're available on multiple chains? And we're better than the other multi-chain solutions because Axelar, Chainlink, those other ones, they set up multiple pools and they bridge still one at a time. Yeah, they do it all for you, but the fees are higher. It's still a bridge one at a time. With us, you're just everything's seamlessly connected. I always compare it to like, imagine a permanent bridge structure like the Brooklyn Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge. It's strong, it's secure, it's been around for hundreds of years compared to temporary bridges, that aren't as safe, are not as secure, ones that just get put up and put down. Ours are always there. They're always connected. And it's all brand new tech, custom coded. So it's much more difficult for hackers, bad intended people to come in and try and get into our network. And like I said, we got the 24-hour monitoring by Sturdic that we're paying for. And, that's in multiple audits. We're always going to be auditing every single product DApp that we release that holds customer funds will be audited 100% by a third party.
Yeah. Okay, dude, look, I was stoked before you came on. Now that I've been schooled a little bit, I am super stoked. I'm super stoked. You guys, look, you guys got all change jumping in the chat over here, giving props, and I've been in a few of your spaces, and these guys, I mean, they're serious about this. I mean, they know what's up and they're serious. And dude, damn it, I'm serious too. This is awesome. I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate it, guys, man. We got about, I'm not even kidding. We probably got about 20 to 25 people on the team that are working around the clock. Like this is what I do. This is like, I love this. I have a passion for this. I want to be successful in this. I tell people, so, I show them what I do is when I bring people and I show them my success, I tell them, hey, this is what I did in a bear market. This is what I taught myself. This is the potential. This is the opportunity that's presented itself. And you always get the argument is, crypto's a scam. The regular people, older people, crypto, I don't know nothing about that. That's all fake money. That's all not real money. I'm like, okay, you keep thinking that, when Bitcoin, was $7,000, then it's 15, then it ran up to 73K. And all this stuff and all this opportunity exists for passive income that blows away central opportunities. Like the APRs you can get in this space safely and securely are extremely high, very lucrative if you know what you're doing. And I've made it a goal of mine to learn not only about PAW Chain, but about all the other networks, about all other kinds of liquidity, like that kind of stuff. And our whole team is like that. We are all committed. I'm personally one of those guys, to my detriment. I hate losing more than I like winning. I mean, it's good for like being successful and running a business, but it's like you just nonstop. Like, you just grind. And our whole team is doing that right now, grinding. And we're not going to stop until we are successful. And like I said, we just started our coming out party. Almost the entire world has not heard about us. I go into these spaces and I tell them about this, like, how did I not hear about you guys? I'm like, because we just started coming out. We didn't pay for marketing during development because we're big into, we want to have a product to market, something to show somebody. When you go buy a car, you want to test drive it. You want to take it home with you. You don't get told all these things for 6 months and then you go, here's 80 grand and you want to say, hey, where's my car? Oh, it'll be coming next year. It'll be off the lot, but hang out for the next 8 months, man, and just, hang out with us and see how we're going. So that's what we've been doing, is building that community organically to get the kind of people that believe in the project as strongly as I do and we all do. So when we do hit the go button, like we are now, and we're announcing ourselves to the world, our tech to the world.
Yeah.
They're
Dude,
ready. We're ready. We're ready to give it to them. Like, we can show you.
So what you're telling me is you guys kind of launched, but worked on it for 15 months before you started pushing anything.
Well, we were building it. They were building this blockchain structure for the last 19 months. We didn't release the actual blockchain to use our tech to the wallet, the swap in the wallet until it was very early July. Once that happened, we did our migration. It was a crazy 2 weeks, man. That migration, dude, when you got 10,000 plus holders and everyone's migrating with the problem stuff, it was a wild time, but we got through it. And, that's pretty much wrapping up now. And then we started the little bit of the marketing. We started I would say about 4 weeks ago, started some write-ups, started some announcements, some sponsored spaces, things like that. And it's starting to catch on. Like in my spaces, I'm starting to get that feedback. And now that may not equate to buys. That may not equate to price in action, which I always tell everybody. The charts don't tell the whole story. They just don't. The last thing to move is the chart. It's adoption. It's bringing in users. And we are focused on users that provide revenue to sustain and grow our project. We're very focused on it.
Dude, I'm stoked. Look, I want to say hey to everybody from the PAW family that came in here. I can't name all of you guys. If you have a PAW there or you have anything to do with PAW or the PFP, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for showing up, giving your support.
You're more than welcome to join us anytime, please.
Absolutely. And I see Crypto Lounge in there. I just want to say what's up, man. What's up?
CL, man. What's up, Crypto Lounge? Dude,
I know, dude.
Content, man. I've been watching Crypto Lounge's content for over a year now.
Exactly. I'm privileged to have him in the chat. That means a lot. So thank you so much, dude.
It actually does. We appreciate the shout out, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys are going to be on Killer Whales. Is that what is that correct?
Yeah, we filmed in June. Our CTO,
already did that. Okay.
Yeah, the CTO, actually 21, and Fafo, another community member of ours, went and filmed.
I think I heard something about that. He was mentioning that in the space, right?
Bro.
Yeah.
So what was cool about that is to get on the show, we had to do a community vote. And the top 3 vote getters from over, I don't know how many 90 projects participated. And we came in second place. Almost all organic votes too. Because they had, wasn't a big fan of it. They had a pay to vote system. So some of the projects at the end started funneling thousands of dollars into the votes.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do it. I think a few community members may have bought a little bit, but most of it was all us voting every single day, organizing our campaign, getting people on, and just voting. And we came in second place to provide that opportunity. And I think the show is going to air in November or December.
You outplayed the players. Nice.
Yeah, I hope so.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, dude, I keep asking if anybody has any questions, but you and everybody else in the PAW family are thorough, very clear and concise. I might have some more questions because the details behind the scenes are a little bit more complicated. But I'll be getting with you guys. We've got the group chat and Telegram. I'll be getting with you, and man, I appreciate you coming on. If you ever want to stop in, we're going to be doing this every Sunday at 7. If you want to stop in and just say hey.
Yeah, just talk crypto, talk Moonboy. Hey, before I bounce it, give me a little shill on Moonboy, man. Let me know how you guys got started. What's your project, and let me know. Let's hear it.
Well, all right. I'm an absolute nerd. Okay, I like learning stuff every day. I know people say that, but I don't sleep well if I don't quench that habit for some reason. If I don't find out something new that day that piques my interest, it's something about it. I just don't even sleep well. I'm not even joking. That's a real thing. So education, whether it be things you need to know, things you want to know, things that, anything. That's where this started from. The base idea was to, how do we teach people things they want to know? That was it. That's where it started. How do we teach people things they want to know, no matter what it is? I'm thinking about how do we do this? People can do this at home. They can do this on the computer. We are working with this metaverse company where we're going to have classrooms. I'm a musician. We're going to have concert halls. We're going to be teaching music classes. We're going to be teaching art classes. Some of these are free. Some of these are paid. We're also doing this thing that this is probably going to be next year or close to the end of this bull run. But one of the aspects of Moon Boy Inc. is we want to be able to give people the opportunity to, you know, when they file on their taxes, they want to do write-offs. They want to do the 501c3 thing. We're already in process with that. We're going to create our own 501c3, and it's a Moon Boy circle in this aspect, because people are going to do their write-offs. They're donating to us and only donating to one aspect. In those donations, we are actually going to pay for counselors. We're going to pay for people, life coaches. And we, inside of our metaverse, which you can use with a headset or just on a computer, you can go in there into these auditory, they're cut off where you can't hear them, is silent. You know, it's all private. We're going to pay for these people. If anybody needs counseling, you just sign up. They're going to talk to you. It's going to be just like going to a therapist without the whole medical everything. It's just you're agreeing to talk to somebody. That person is agreeing to not tell anyone about it. They're going to all be signed NDAs. They're all going to have contracts where they can't speak anything. So we're going to have the write-offs, pay for the counseling, which come back and help us. And it's just a big circle, and it's going to be helping everybody. And what's the best way to help somebody when you can do it for free? You have someone else helping other people, and all we are doing is being the pathway to do so. So that's one of the big aspects coming next year.
Ecosystem for them.
Yeah.
That opportunity.
You show up with a problem. We got somebody that might be able to help you. If they can't, that's okay. We're going to have many other people, but we're going to have the classrooms. We're going to have the concert halls. We're going to have the galleries. We're going to have all these things that actually, that add up to an entire spider web of things.
Let me intervene for a second.
Yeah.
So when this thing all started, I'm going to piggyback off of this whole, trying to help people. So I've always been big on people hiding behind the screen that have mental concerns or problems. And if you look at gamers, you want to talk about people that are shooting up schools. Let's get deep for a second. You want to talk about all this stuff. Maybe that one person that doesn't have to go to their family, or doesn't have to go to a relative, or doesn't have to go to a school counselor and get, tell the police, do this, do that, and then put the light on them and change their whole life and flip it upside down. Maybe somebody behind closed doors, without anybody else knowing, can fix this person.
Or anonymity of it. Reach out.
Exactly. And I'll say this on live right now. Not only do we have all of our business wallets and everything else, I also have separate wallets put aside that also are built for this program, but those are all going to be donated for schools and programs and processes, and that's not going in my pocket. I'm giving that back to the community.
No, it's a very noble cause, and I personally agree. And I'll just share a little something. As somebody who's been, I've used counseling for past traumas that I had in my life, and I'm telling you what, it's like, working out for your emotions, man. Like, a lot of people look down upon it. Every time that I would go, and do a 68-week session just to kind of get things off my chest, or I'd have to, talk about repressed things. Dude, it was just kind of, you walk out feeling lighter than when you walked in. And
but
like you said,
Brian, the biggest problem is that we face in this world is people are afraid to go ask for the help.
Yes.
So maybe not even 1%, not even 0.5%, let's just say 0.25%, 3 or 4 people come in a month and say, hey, I've been depressed or this and that. I'm thinking about killing myself. Or maybe we can just, somebody without family, mother, teachers, anybody having not a damn clue, that one person behind this closed door, behind their MetaMask, away from everybody in their bedroom, can get the help that they need.
Exactly. And they don't have to pay for it.
Provide that lifeline.
We're paying for it.
Yep. No, it's a noble, I think it's a great idea. And I think it's something that can very easily take off in this space. And to be honest, it's needed. I think that veil of anonymity is a big deal. And like you said, Ghost, one person, it's worth it, right? One person, you prevent someone from hurting themselves or hurting somebody else. It's worth it, man. That's really cool. I didn't know that about like the grand goals of what you guys were doing, and that is, I mean, I love you guys, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'll come out and say it. Mike will probably smack me later, but the whole idea is during this bull run that we're about to face now, okay? We're building basically the basic entities, getting on the platforms, getting involved with you guys. During the bearish market is when we are going to pump a lot of funds into this process, which is going to take 3 to 4 years to do the way we need to. Now, during that time, we're going to go live and we're going to do this and we're going to do other stuff in the metaverse.
Yeah.
And this is a huge shout out to Babs. Sam Babs, she is our heart and soul of our metaverse, who is just engineered completely differently than most people that I've met. But during the bearish market, this is what we are going to devote all of our time to. The token is running. Platforms are being applied for. PAW chain is incorporated. So now we can focus on the big piece. And most people don't understand how big that piece is and what work actually goes entail to it. It's heavy on the heart. It's long hours. It's programming. It's meeting the right people. So we have made it a point that, yes, it's priority, but it is priority during the bearish market. When we have time to not focus on we could drop $5,000 in a project and walk away from it and say, oh, we got a couple years before we need to look at that. But we can focus on what we need to focus on, and that's going to be that whole metaverse platform.
And build in the bear. They always say you build in the bear markets. That's when you build. That's when you establish your communities, you establish your technology, establish your visions, and then you grow during the bull markets. You take advantage of those situations where the liquidity flies in and gives you that opportunity to be able to continue building, continue growing. I'm very much looking forward to it, guys. Like I've been in the space. I've been on hundreds, if not thousands, of calls. Other projects. I haven't heard anything like this. This really speaks to me personally because I'm one who cares a lot about other people in the space. I care about other community members. I care about people who have good intentions because I think our voices need to be amplified further because it's the negative people that have the loudest platforms, the loudest voices, and their message gets amplified when people don't realize.
And it is funny you just said that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't. And it's just there's more good people in the world than bad people. The media, other things may make you think otherwise. But there really is, guys. There's good people out there. And don't get me wrong, there's scammers. There's a ton of them. There are. But guess what? They're in the real world too. You're getting phone calls all the time. They're hacking your banks. They're hacking your central things. Like there's bad people in the world, but there's more good. That's just the way I always look at it. And you want to surround yourself with good people, like-minded people, positive people, because that improves your well-being, your life, and everything that you do. So that's kind of like what I focus on and with everything that I do, man. And I'm looking forward to you guys getting to know PAW Chain, coming on board, helping your brand grow, and I think we can, definitely mutually benefit each other.
Yeah,
Love it,
dude,
man.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm more excited now. Yeah, and just remember, you're bullish on that one aspect. Keep in mind, Man, that's just one of many legs, and some people call it an octopus, some people call it a spider web, some people call it anything with a bunch of legs. But like, there's so many different legs that we're going to stand on that it doesn't matter if one is weak at one point or another. We have so much to stand on that this is going to be absolutely amazing once everything comes together, and it's all in works at the same time. So
it's funny you mentioned legs, because like that comparison is what I use. I explain to people about investing. My grandfather actually taught me that consider your investment portfolio like a stool, right? You need at least 3 legs, 3 sources of retirement income is the way I look at it. 401k, pension, Social Security. There's my 3 legs. You want as many legs on that stool as you can get. So, hey, I'm opening an IRA. Hey, I got a crypto portfolio. Hey, I'm getting this investment. So you build as many legs, like you said. If one gets kicked out, you lose one, something happens, you're still sitting down.
It's funny you said that. That was my first class when I went to WP Carey here at ASU. The first day, that's what they opened up at. That's exactly what they said. Verbatim. You create those 3 things, everything else is easy, down simple.
Yep. Yeah. That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, look, dude, I appreciate you coming on. We might have you on again if you want to come back.
I would be more than happy to come on and not even crypto or
we're not asking you. I'm telling you, you're coming back.
Okay.
Right. We want you to see. Look. We're about to be a part of the PAW family, and we want to make sure that when we're blending communities, we make sure our community knows what's going on with yours, your new things that you got coming out. We really want to know, because it will now be a part of our family. So we appreciate
I appreciate that, guys. In closing, go ahead, Ghost. Go ahead.
And guess what you get? You get a badge on our website. Congratulations.
I appreciate that, guys. No, that's awesome. In close, I just want to say something real quick. Just to remind everyone, that something I always remind everyone is we are, this is all brand new technology. So if these projects are willing to come in, be patient with us, grow with us, see the macro view. I always tell everyone to stand back. Don't look at today. Don't look at a week. Stand back. Look at things like investment-wise on a grand scale, 60 days, 90 days, what's being developed, what's going on. And if you're willing to, be patient and kind of see everything going on, I think the sky is the limit, not only for Moonboy Ghost, you guys, your project, but PAW Chain as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You will be back. We want to know some of the new things going on. I just want to say, I did invite Crypto Lounge. He politely declined because he's on his way, I think, to the movies with his girl. I don't want to interrupt that. You got to handle business.
You got to take care of the business sometimes.
Girl.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night. I appreciate you. But
my wife is a saint for putting up with me and especially the last 8 months when I got into the team, and I'm like, I'm sacrificing, and everybody does. I know you guys do too, from your families. It's a grind. Like, you're here on calls on Sundays, you're hosting spaces, you're out, meeting people, doing all the things in the chats, and you're taking time out of your day to do this, to build stuff you believe in. And she's been extremely patient with me, and I'm looking forward to definitely trying to take care of her, after this bull run, after the building's done, and we can kind of stand back and be like, hey, look what we did, look what we built. Let's spend some time together. Sometimes you got to build before you can enjoy something. I mean, I get it. I totally do. That's most things. You absolutely do. Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, I was going to say we had a 30-minute slot. We took an hour, and I'm extremely excited that we did. We got to know you. We got to know the PAW Chain. We got to know some other information. And if nobody else has any questions in the chat, we're going to go ahead and end it here on this high note, because, what was that thing that they said in the 80s? It's better to burn out than fade away. Something like that. Was it, you know what I'm saying? Like that, something like that. Yeah. But anyway. It was a song. Huh? It was a song, I believe, better to burn out than fade away. I'm trying to remember the name of the band. It was an 80s rock band. I know it was. Leopard, maybe.
Might have been Def Leppard.
Might have been Def Leppard.
Might have been the one-armed drummer. It might have been. Might have been.
Yep.
But look, we're gonna let everybody go. I thank you for showing up, man.
Thank you.
We're gonna go throw out the intro, which is the outro for today, until we get something new. Like I said, this is our second show. We appreciate you being here. And Moon Crew, stay rocking, guys. Keep it going.